My name is Prashanth. I'm a cybersecurity specialist. I have two kids and a beautiful wife. And yes, I'm 47-year-old. I stay in Melbourne. I'm born in Mysore, brought up in Delhi. My first innings were more towards the corporate life and mundane jobs. So I wouldn't say it was mundane. I enjoyed what I was doing when I was into my corporate life. But you know how that it is. You are achieving all the successes. So I was doing very well in my job, but you're not getting fulfilled. Okay. So I started off as an engineer, worked in many startups. Okay. Then worked in a very big corporation. I rised up in the ladder, and all along I was doing quite well, but there was certain part of me which was hidden by people. Okay. So that is what I wanted to talk about today. And then as I grew up, as I grew in my years, and I would say maybe when I achieved all the successes, I thought of giving back to the society. Now, I either could have used my energy. I'm a very energetic person. I'm a sportsman, but I wanted to tell the right people the right message. So one aspect of me which is not known to people is that I have multiple autoimmune diseases. Okay. So I'm a survivor of multiple chronic diseases. I have a disease called ankylosing spondylitis, and due to which I've had what it does is it basically arthritis of spine, and it affects all your joints, not just your spine, and your joints start to fuse. Okay, so most of my bones in my pelvic joint are fused. Part of my lumbar spine is fused. Part of my cervical spine is fused. So, but I didn't tell this to people a lot. But 10 years back, what happened, although I was taking my medications, although I was doing everything, and my father had this same disease, so he died at the age of 52. So we as a family were very conscious of, maintaining this disease. Now, the word that I use here is maintaining the disease, because that's what doctors told us, that there is no cure for this disease. Okay, you can only manage it. So that's what I was doing. I was managing it well. I was exercising. I was eating healthy. I was doing, staying positive, having the right mindset. But still 10 years back in 2011, I think. Yeah, 2011, I got paralyzed neck down. So that's when my entire life came tumbling down. I had two small kids at that time, and they were infants. And it was a very traumatic time for me, because having done everything in life, everything right, still I could not, I just fell for this disease, felt victimized. And I was like, why did God do this to me? And went into that rabbit hole of fear, and just destroyed myself for almost 3-4 months. I was on bed, and I went through multiple surgeries. But through sheer willpower, great determinations, and my energy, I was able to overcome my paralysis, I would say. So with those surgeries, I was able to overcome around 60 to 70% of my mobility. I had lost almost 90% of my mobility. I was able to gain 60-70%. Abhi 30% baki tha. So I didn't know what to do. How do I? Because I started then walking, doing physio. So people told me, oh, get more active. I was already trekking, I was already cycling and doing things, but what more should I do? So then I said, okay, let me take my game to the next level. So I started preparing for half marathon. So this was like an impossible goal, because I had just been out of my surgeries, 2 surgeries. There was one surgery from the front of my neck. There was another surgery from the back of my neck. And the neck muscles, when you cut open from behind to rejoin, it takes an eternity. Okay. And to get the energy back in the neck, it takes a hell lot of time. But I did that. And then I started preparing for this big half marathon goal. And within 2 years of my surgery, I ran my first half marathon. So that day, I thought that I have overcome my fears. When I saw the finishing line there, it was like, I have overcome my fear today. Okay. So I started running every day. I mean, I joined a running group. My wife was a runner in her heydays in her school. She was a district level champion. So she also joined in. My friends joined in. Everyone started. In fact, they all started their second innings in running with me. So then I thought, okay, this is good. This is going very well. And I felt I was healthy. I was doing good. And I thought, let me take a a leap, next leap in my career and move to a foreign country. So I thought I should move to Australia. So this is a very nice nation and same as India, Commonwealth. So let's move here. So right before coming here, I had my flight in 2017, I think March, Feb. I had a heart attack due to my ankylosing spondylitis in January. I mean, I had already resigned from my job. I had already booked my tickets. Everything was in place. And here I get a heart attack. And life again came tumbling down. But this time around, I had my, my grit was in place. My mindset was in place. So I didn't postpone my trip. I regained my energy. And I was here in Australia. And without any job, it was just a leap of faith. It was not that I was taking a job, changing my job or anything. I just came here. And in matter of months, I got a fantastic job in a multinational company. I started with Accenture as a cybersecurity specialist. I changed my line also. I became a cybersecurity specialist, grew in that job and did very well. But still, I was not content. Life, I felt that somehow I have achieved everything. What more can I do? And that's where I thought that I should tell my story to people who are going through autoimmune conditions. And I became a health coach. So I decided to become a health coach. I got myself 2 coaches, husband and wife. So Kapil Kulshestra and Shilpa Kulshestra. They were my coaches. So I got them. They helped me to understand the coaching business, how it is done, what are the nitty-gritties, what are the ways of working. But the niche that I chose was helping out people who are going through debilitating diseases, especially chronic pain, from ankylosing spondylitis, rheumatoid arthritis, multiple sclerosis, fibromyalgia, lupus, or many undiagnosed pains, which people just don't get the diagnosis from the doctors, and they keep living with that pain for eternity. Okay, so people like them, I wanted to help them out. So the way I started off is I got myself certified in chronic pain and physiotherapy for chronic pain from Egoscue Institute in San Diego. So I came to know about this institute as a fluke, but when you are finding ways, when you're really, जब कहते हैं जब आप कुछ ढूंढना चाहते हो तो पूरा का पूरा यूनिवर्स आपको उसी डायरेक्शन में भेजता है. So I found this particular therapy which really works for chronic pain. Okay, really works in reducing the chronic pain. I first went there as a patient. Okay, I found it very good on myself, and my posture improved a lot. My pain levels came down. So then I thought that I should become a therapist also. Okay, so after that, what about mindset? So I said there should be some ways in which we can empower our mindset. So hypnotherapy is not understood by a lot of people, and it's a very fantastic way of channelizing your brain towards a pain-free thought process. Okay, or having a beautiful mindset. So hypnotherapy works very well in that. So I got myself certified in hypnotherapy also. Then I studied non-inflammatory diet. I had been doing non-inflammatory diet for years now. So I developed a much more deeper study into this. Then I got myself certified into energy healing, because we have 2 bodies. We have this physical body and we have the energy that we project. So this energy is what really defines our lives. So emotion is basically energy in motion. Okay, so that's what defines our life, your emotional home. So I wanted to understand how can I channelize my energy, or how can I help people channelize their energy? And that's where pranic healing came in picture. So where we really channelize our prana, our energy. So I became a certified pranic healer also. And now I'm going towards advanced courses in all of these fields. And then I developed a program, a very short, concise program where I can help people in minimal duration. Okay, I just, because some people are not, some people are not able to, tell their stories properly. Okay. Or they don't share with other people because they have this feeling that they will be judged. Okay. This happens in their families. Families don't understand people going through autoimmune conditions. This happens with their friends. Friends sympathize, empathize, but they will definitely recommend you to your doctor. Doctors spend like 15 minutes with you and he prescribe you some medicines. But then what? What about your mental setup? What about your diet? What about your sleep patterns? What about your hydration? What about your, exercise? There are 101 things which are not addressed for these people. And these people go through a lot of things when they are working in their working environment or in their family environment. For example, I'm a father of 2 teenagers now. So I can't be, sitting and thinking that, oh, I have this debilitating disease, so people will take care of me. No, that's not the mindset that we work with. We work triple hard to just be normal. Okay, so that's why we need tools with which we can really be productive, we can really be good, we can really be supportive to our families. And that's where I made this program, and this is called as Stitches to Strength. That's the name of my program. And from here, what we do is we engage with people, especially who are going through chronic diseases, hear them out, understand their history, understand where they are coming from, understand their fears. What is it that they are really, going through? And then slowly and steadily bring them towards a program in which we introduce exercises which are doable for them. Many of them cannot move from their beds. Many of them cannot stand properly. Many of them cannot sit properly. So give them those exercises which they can do, because they might not be able to sit properly, but they'll be able to stand, or vice versa. So give them those particular exercises for those joints. So that's my first part of my program. In the second part, we develop on this, and we also address on non-inflammatory diet. What is the kind of diet that you should be eating, and what are the do's and don'ts, what you should not be eating. I mean, one of the cardinal rules that I tell people is don't eat anything that comes in a box. Okay, so Maggi, pasta, haldiram, mat khao yaar in sabko. Okay, have something better, have which comes from Mother Earth. So it's much more healthier, juicier, beautiful taste, and that's what really helps. Okay, so bring them towards this diet, handhold them, because you can't boil the ocean in one day, right? I actually want to boil the ocean, but I can't do it in one day. So I go slowly and start with the exercises, start with the diet, then we go into mindset. Because if you're not in the right mindset, you will not be able to do any of this, or you'll not be able to change your pattern. So break the pattern and bring in a new pattern. Okay, so help them with mindset tools. If needed, do a hypnotherapy session. If needed, introduce them to tools like yoga nidra, okay, breathing techniques like Wim Hof, okay, other alternative healing techniques. So once we have that, we also then go towards what are the vitamins and supplements that you should be taking. At this age, at 40s or 30s, you can't eat so much or such good healthy food and expect all the vitamins and supplements to get to come into your body. You need supplementation for your deficiencies. So first of all, identify your deficiencies. Secondly, get supplemented. So help them in that. And finally, I introduce them to the most beautiful part of my course, of my program, which is meditation. India has been a land of gurus and land where meditation was born, I would say. Okay, but it's frowned upon. Nobody does it. टाइम नहीं है हमारे पास, हम 10 मिनट भी नहीं बैठ सकते हैं, हमको फटाफट मोबाइल में बस स्क्रॉल करना है, वहां हम 1 घंटा बैठ जाएंगे, हम 1 घंटा नेटफ्लिक्स देख लेंगे, मगर हम 10 मिनट मेडिटेशन नहीं करेंगे. So show them what a powerful guided meditation is like. So I do meditation with my clients in the program, and they come to know that, wow, how can I channelize your energy in the heart and channelize your energy in the head and move towards one direction, bring that energy, develop it. So I do a guided meditation session with them and make them understand how it's really beautiful, how the pain goes away momentarily. Because, when you are in pain, your nervous system always gets emphasized towards that pain point. So if you have a lower back pain, or you have pain in your hips or shoulder or knuckles or anywhere. So the neural pathway gets emphasized again and again when the pain comes in. You need to momentarily detach yourself from that pain and get into a blissful position where you don't feel the pain. And it actually happens. So there is Dr. Joe Dispenza. Look him up and you will see that he's a pioneer in meditative transformations. So I did a program with him. So all these things are brought together and given to people who are going through these conditions. I have my YouTube channel where I started posting videos, and I had my Instagram where I started. I have my FB group, which has around 500 people who are going through chronic pain right now. And they're from different parts of the world. So slowly and steadily it picked up. And I first started with a couple of people in India. Then I had a lot of clients from Australia, then some in Philippines, and then in Bangladesh, and now in Pakistan also, and some in Dubai. So the word spread on its own that there is this guy who is doing this kind of work, which is helping out people through alternative healing. So getting their energy back, getting their mindset back, getting their posture back, and getting them away from their pain or inflammation or depression or all three of them. So that's what we are doing. I'm right now alone, and very soon I'll be launching my own app also on this. So that's also going on with my team. But yeah, the essence of this is that don't live in fear. Okay, don't live in fear. You don't need to think that life is over just because you have an autoimmune condition. It's never like that. Okay, doctor's word is not the last word. You are more than what the doctor says. Okay, and there are a lot more things that you can do just by playing on your strengths. What happens is we just start focusing on our weaknesses. We just focus on what I cannot do. मैं क्या नहीं कर सकता, मैं उठ नहीं सकता, मैं शायद बोल नहीं सकता, मेरे को डर लगता है, मेरा क्या होगा, मेरे को शायद सैलरी अच्छी नहीं मिलेगी, मैं कैसे बातें, we have different kinds of fears. Public speaking fears, fears of facing people, fears of telling about your disease and discussing about your disease openly. Okay, so all these things should be discussed openly, should be discussed with a point of view of helping out each other, should be discussed with a courageous heart. And it's good to be vulnerable to people. Okay, understand their vulnerability and work on their strong points, because everyone is strong in many areas. They might be weak on two or three areas, but they are strong in many areas. So identify their strength. This is my second inning, I would say. So one of the aspects that I did not touch upon is the side effects that I had due to my ankylosing spondylitis. So I had not only just a heart attack, but also I had multiple attacks in my left eye, and these are uveitis attacks, and they normally inflame your retina. And due to a bad surgery gone wrong, I lost almost 30% of vision. I would say 50% of vision in my left eye. So I am battling all of this. Okay, I am battling my diseases. I am battling my chronic pain every day, but I'm not stopping. Okay, so there is no question of stopping. And what I want to say is that life is not just about monetary success. Okay, you can have monetary success when you that's one of the metrics of measuring success. Another metric of measuring success is how much fulfillment are you getting by what you are doing. And that's where I believe you should find something that really fulfills you. It could be your job also, but then grow in your job. Okay, grow and reach the top levels of your job. That is the passion with which you should work. Or if you are planning to help widows, or if you are planning to help underprivileged kids, there are so many things that can be done. At this state, when we are doing financially well, then think of a program with which you can help people. Today, with internet, with YouTube, with Instagram, TikTok, all these things available, use these platforms for helping people who are in need. Okay, and you will see the joy that you get from that is amazing. So right now, I'm not left my job. Cybersecurity is my passion. Okay, I had by choice moved away from embedded software to cybersecurity. So I'm not right now in that mindset to leave it away. But yes, 9 to 5, I do a cybersecurity job. And then from 5 to 2 in the night, I do this as a coaching for people with debilitating odds. And my mission now is to reach 100,000 people in the next 5 years here. That's my target. And I'll do what it takes to reach that target. And of course, the most important aspect in all of this is the support that I have from my family, especially my wife and my kids. Without her support, I think I would not have been able to do what I'm doing today. When I had my surgery, she was the one who was standing. And when I ran my first half marathon with her, okay, so she said, "Agar tu girega, to terko stretcher pe main le jaungi." ठीक है? So that's the thing that she had, and she ran the half marathon with me. And not only she, I had a couple of my friends who joined in because they were very afraid that something might happen to me. But then she had always been there. And even now when I'm doing coaching, she's the one who's standing rock solid behind me, and will also probably join my venture very soon. So yeah, this is all about me. And I hope the message is very clear that there is life beyond your disabilities. Okay. Your disabilities do not define you. In fact, your job doesn't define you. You are much more than that. So try to find the various things that you can do. Try to find your energy. Where do you get the energy from? I get energy from people, helping people. And that's always been the case in my entire life. So try to see what gives you energy and move towards in this direction. All the best.